today's content, India size and location. So let me give you some introduction before I begin the main content. So as we know, our Earth is only planet in the entire universe which supports all form of life, right? As it has all the elements which prefer for living beings to stay alive, right? So it has also certain type of conditions in the environment like temperature, climate, pressure. So all these also modifies the environment. And the most importantly, our Earth, the position of the Earth, rotation of the Earth, right? These also plays a very important role. So, for example, if the question is generally asked like how Earth look like, generally what type of answers we are giving? We are saying Earth is like circle or round, right? But actually, this is not the right answer. The answer is the Earth is geoid in shape. Now, geoid in shape means what? It is flattening at the poles and bulging at the sides, right? If you take a tomato or something like that, any then you will see a proper tomato shape which is there. It is bulging at the sides and flattened at the top, right? Same way, if you take example of orange, the orange also same thing. The orange fruit, which is also flattening at the poles and bulging at the sides. So this is the shape of the size which we say as a geoid. Now coming back to other content, let me tell you about, let me give touch up some basics more like lines of latitudes and longitude. So lines of latitude, we generally say which lines are the sleeping lines, right? The horizontal lines are called lines of latitude. And the lines which are standing lines, which is said as vertical lines, we call as a lines of longitude, right? Now, so all these lines of latitude and longitudes are very important to locate the places, to find the exact proper place where we stay. Even a small village to the big country, we need such location through which we come to know where the person is staying or where what place is situated. Now here I would like to give you one example. Suppose a pilot is flying an aircraft, right? Most of you must have traveled in air and all. So you must have seen the pilot is sitting in his cockpit and just started aviation. So he is going blindly in the sky, right? If we go above the sky, we will see everything is same. We can't understand which is right or left. But how he operates? He operates to the ground officials. He get the signals from the ground officials like how many degrees he has to tilt his plane or angle of a plane, when he has to come down or land or take off, right? So in this way, he is able to do how? He is able to track the location, track the degrees and all through the lines of latitudes and longitude, right? So in this way, they are able to reach the destination. Another example I would like to give here, for example, you are suppose you're staying in some Pune or Mumbai city and all, and you want to go somewhere, right? So you want to hire a vehicle. You have booked a Ola or a Uber, right? So in this context, how that person, the driver doesn't know you, neither you know the driver. So he reaches exactly in front of you. How? There is something called GPS system, right? Global position system. So which allows them to locate you where you are and you are in front of them, right? And driver is also in front of you people. And so we proceed to our next destination. Now, coming back to the content of geography, which is we say about Earth. Now, in the entire Earth, uh, how many degrees and how many lines of latitudes, where is the location of the country, we need to know. To find out that, we must know the lines of latitudes and longitude, right? So if India, we consider India is situated in the estimation of latitude and longitude is what? The latitudinal extent of India is about 8 degree 4 minute north and 37 degree 6 minute uh, north. And longitudinal extent is 68 degree 7 minute east and 97 degree 25 minute east longitude. So this is the location. If any unknown person or any unknown traveler is coming, so if he knows about how to trace the such thing, they will be easily available in the country or land in the country. Now, we all know that Earth is geoid in shape, right? So we have lines of latitudes. and longitudes. Now there is one line of latitude which is called as the equator, which is at the center of the earth, right? It is at the center of the earth. So if we take a playing ball or cricket ball, we draw a one line at the center. So we will divide that. Upper part is called as northern hemisphere and the lower part is called as a southern hemisphere. So here we come to, this is the basics which we have come to know, like how uh, lines of latitudes and longitudes are important. This is the significance of latitude and longitude. Now, if you see a world map or a world map of means any map, so you will see that India is lying just above the equator. Yes. So if you see a world map, you will see a passing to a map of India, which is 0 degree to 8 degree, right? So that 8 degree we measure, it is going till 8 degree. So from there it locates till 37 degree, 6 minutes north, right? So this is the position of India in the entire globe, which is latitudinal extent. Now, how we understand that we have to locate this country in north or we have to locate some other country in south or east west. So there is one more concept is there which is called as a prime meridian, Greenwich Mean Time, which we say also as a prime meridian, right? So it's a line which is passing through the poles, right? If you see a globe, if you have globe in your home, you can go through that after my session. You will come to know. So the line is passing through the center of the earth. Now, it is decided or being estimated by the experts that the countries which are towards the left side of Greenwich Observatory. Now you can see in the screen, right? In the screen, you have seen the Greenwich prime meridian is there. So we can see India is the right side. Can you see? So the country just middle you can see, right side on the top quarter. It is 1/4 right side. So here the country is India. So what I was telling, now Greenwich meridian, prime meridian has come. Now in the prime meridian, as we were discussing how we can locate east, west, north and south, the suffixes we place after the degrees, right? How can we understand that? This is one way we can understand. It is called as prime meridian. The countries which is towards the left side of the Greenwich time is called the western countries, and the countries which is the right side of Greenwich time is called the eastern countries, right? So India entirely lies in the which hemisphere? It is lying in the northern hemisphere. So we already marked the longitudinal extent like 68 degrees 7 minutes east and 97 degree 25 minutes east. So this east also is based upon the prime meridian. Understand? So suffixes are placed where the north, south, east, west all are based on the position of the country and their location based on the prime meridian. Now, suppose if anybody asks you, now this concept I hope you understood, the locations and all what I explained. So now the question arises, if anybody asks you, where is the country of India? You will say upside or downside. No. As per your standard of your 9th standard, where you are learning mechanical phenomena of the geography, which you have studied last year, but this year concepts are different. And this year you are learning the mechanical phenomena, how it is happening, why it is happening. As I explained you, why east, why west should be there given. We can give south also, no? So it's like that. It's not like that. There is certain things are there which based on that we decide what should be the location. So when anybody asks you what is the which in the globe where our country lies, so you have to give exact latitudinal longitudinal extent, which is 8 degree 4 minute north to 37 degree 6 minute north, and longitudinal extent 68 degree 7 minute east and 97 degree 25 minute east longitude, right? Now moving to the next, we have learned lines of latitudes, right? There is one important line of latitude on our earth, we can say, which passes to the earth, right? And it is also passing our country India in the center of the earth. If you see a map of India, you will see that the Tropic of Cancer is the line which is passing through center of the earth, right? So it is dividing the center of the India. It is dividing our country India into two equal halves. As the equator divides our entire globe into two equal halves, same way the line of latitude, which is called as Tropic of Cancer, divides the India country into two equal halves. Now, what is the significance of this lines of latitude? As we know, our Earth is tilted 23 degree half to the north, right? So, during the time of summer solstice, the sun rays falls exactly at the Tropic of Cancer. Are you understanding? So that region is the most heated day of the entire year. So we say as a summer solstice, and that is also called as a northern tropics. We also term it as a northern tropics because the sun is at the overhead. Now the country is below that zone. I mean, Tropic of Cancer below the countries who are there. Those countries will experience the winter season. So entire country below those line of latitude will experience winter season. So we have one more significance of this line of latitude. That is, now the questions are generally asked in general, like which are the states passing through Tropic of Cancer, right? So it starts from sequence manner: Rajasthan, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh. Then we have Jharkhand, West Bengal, Tripura, and Mizoram. So these are the 7 states through which the Tropic of Cancer passes through. Now there is another fact here, which is generally asked, like from which place, from which state or place the line of the Tropic of Cancer passes maximum. So maximum area covered by Tropic of Cancer while passing through center of India is which state? So maximum state it is Madhya Pradesh, and the minimum places where it touches is Rajasthan. So these are the important facts of Tropic of Cancer. Now, moving forward, we have the next subtopic here, that is, let's know about the size of our country, right? So to know size of a country, so there are certain means it is estimated by the experts that the size of a country and all. So total area of India is estimated around 3.28 million square kilometer. I repeat, total area of India in the entire world is estimated as 3.28 million square kilometer. That is in terms of land. In the terms of land, what it covers is 3.28 million square kilometer. Now the share of India in the entire worldwide is about 2.4%. That is geographical area, right? So 2.4% is the share of India in the entire world. Next, we have a land border which India shares. Like it starts from Rajasthan till Arunachal Pradesh to the east. So if you go to the map of India, you keep on trace outside the India map until the other corner to the east. There is a land border. Why land border? I will tell you. Why we are not taking the below one, I will let you know. So this is a land border. It covers about 15,200 kilometers. This is a land border. Now below part is from below what we say, the other half of the India is coastal area, right? The coastal area is about 7,516.6 kilometers, which also includes the island groups. You can see a screen there, the blue part. So if you take the below black border shade, from there you go till down to the east side. We have a Bay of Bengal, Arabian Sea, and we have Indian Ocean. So this is a coastal region, right? So this area is about 7,516.6 kilometers. This is the estimated area, and it includes the island area, which is Andaman Nicobar and Lakshadweep also. Understand? Now moving further ahead, India also has mountains which attracts most of the people, right? So mountains to the northern side of India. It protects our country from the cold winds from the north. And towards the south, we have a peninsula region. What is peninsula? It is nothing, it's a landform which is surrounded by water on the three sides. So if you see a map of India, the pointed part below the south, in between the country India, you will see that that is peninsula is protruding towards the coastal regions. So peninsula will be protruding towards the coastal regions, right? So we say as a southern part as a peninsular region. So these are the Himalayas, I think. Screen is displayed there. Coastal areas of India. Yeah. Now coastal areas of India, you can see the southern part of India. We have the water bodies and all. So coastal region, why? Because many trade businesses take place from such area. Right. So I hope till this content you understood. Now, the next topic is India and the world. Right. Now here also I would like to say India is a South Asian country, right? We say the South Asian country, why? Because in the entire full map of India, we say we will see that it is lying to the south of the Asia. Our understanding. So if you see entire world map, Asia part, you see India lying to the south of the Asia. So it is called a South Asian country. And it is also said as India is centrally connected between East and West Asia. Now, if you see Asia map, towards the east and west side, and center you see it's India, right? So India is connected to the between East and West Asia. So it is called as centrally connected between East and West Asia. Now, India's position is also relevant in the naming of the word India, right? Because below we have Indian Ocean, right? So this or justifies naming of the country India. It means India. If we move more detail, we'll come to know about this also. So next we have India is also known for a trans-Indian routes, right? Why? Because it has a coastal line below that, coastal line through which we ships and other businesses goes through ocean routes, right? But one thing I would like to make aware that oceans have come, these ocean routes have come much later. Before, when our country was much more connected to the land routes, right? So oceans has come much later after the land routes. So before that, India used to transport or do certain business through land routes only. So the invention of ocean was much later. Now, here we can see that Deccan Plateau is protrudes to the coastal regions. It also establishes a relation with the other countries, right? Because we have down this one, Sri Lanka, we have other countries towards the other sides also. So how we have relations with other countries? We have relations through trading and other means. Why? Because every country which is situated around us, all must be connected to each other. They all need each other, right? So during the time of history also, or we can say when you have read the 8th standard textbook, you must have seen that India has also means Britishers are attracted to India in many ways. So they have traveled their business through trading and all this to do from sea routes and all. So they are connected to the India in many ways. And India has relations with other countries through trading, businesses, and other many things. Furthermost, I can say this. What is the significance of land and sea route? Yes, it plays an important role because when we travel to some other country, when we are moving to some other country, we are not only exchanging the commodities with us, right? We are also sharing ideas. Yeah, here you can see your screen is there. You can see Indian Ocean, and with so many countries around, neighboring countries of India, they are connected through sea route. Where we can see Somalia, Persia, then China. So all these countries are connected to India through many businesses, right? So this is a way through business links are there with other countries. So India also plays an important role because there is sharing of communities takes place through ocean routes and sea routes. So that's why it's very important place other than land routes. I was talking about this transfer of goods and people from one place to another through ocean or sea routes. So this is happening not only because sharing of commodities. When we travel somewhere, we also take our behavior, take our lifestyle, take our rituals, right? And when they come back to our country, we also get to know about their rituals, culture, lifestyle. So in this way, all the countries, neighboring countries plays very important role, and India has a relations. India and the world has a relations definitely. Apart from some business relations, they also have other things to get to know from each other and learn many things. So I hope today's content till here you understood. So I would like you to subscribe my channel and keep viewing the videos.